What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Digicourse YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be doing Google Search Console for 2021. It was also previously referred to as Google Webmaster Tools. So, what it is? What is Google Search Console? All right. So, don't you want to keep a keen eye on your website performance? Everyone does, right? So now you were performing on page, off page, you try doing some optimization techniques. But everyone wants to check what's happening, what's not happening, right? So in order to know the deep analysis about our SEO performance of our website, then there you go. Google Search Console would be a better and best platform, and it is provided by a Google, and it's completely free. You don't need to pay anything in order to use the Search Console. It gives a valuable insights about our websites, and it shows which page is working and which page is not working and why it is not working. So we can see a lot of stuff in here. So now, without any further delay, let's get started. So here in this section, I'm going to discuss about three topics, mainly why everyone with a website should use Google Search Console, and how to set up an account with a Google Search Console, and final thing is that analyzing a performance of a website. Okay, first thing, why everyone with a website should use GSC? Why? Because now let's say you wrote a blog, you have few content published in your blog, and assume that Google have crawled and indexed your site. Don't you want to know whether the page is working well? Don't you want to know if it is not working well, what all the issues are there, and do you want to fix those issues or not? Obviously, right? So everyone wants that. So even I want, so that means my website want to know what are the issues happening in my website, and I want to see the proper insights of my site. So like me, every websites, whoever have a website, it's important, it's mandatory to use GSE. Why? Because nowadays it is very important for every businesses or every website to to do SEO. If they are doing SEO, they should know what is happening with their SEO actually. So in order to know that SEO thing, SEO performance, then Google Search Console is the one. Okay. So that's the reason every website must and should have a GSC. GSC means Google Search Console. The next thing is setting up an account. How do I set up an account? Let's see. Search for a Google Search Console or google.com/search console. You can see this URL. So click on this start now. If you have a Gmail ID which is connected, which you have, if you have already a Gmail account, then it is very easy to connect with Search Console. So start now. So as I have already a Google Search Console connected with with my website, that is why it is showing me this interface. This is how actual Google Search Console interface looks like. Okay, so for you, it will show you a blank page. And the next thing is, I have here, if you can see, I have connected a website called Digicourse. I have connected my digicourse.in with the Google Search Console. Why? Because I don't want to miss analyzing my SEO performance. So definitely I want to use it. So the next thing is how to set up a property. Okay. In this, setting an account means connecting your website to the Search Console. So everyone have a website. Vijay have a website. Now Bhagavati and Ahalya, everyone have a websites. Even you also have to know how to connect to the website with the Search Console. And how do we do that? Add property. So for you, it will directly show you this page, guys. So for me, I have already connected a lot of websites with the Search Console. That's the reason my left hand side page is looking like this. For you directly, it will show you this add property page. So here, adding property, there are two types of property types. One is domain and one is URL prefix. So let me explain you the difference between this domain and URL prefix. If you know the exact definition of this domain and URL prefix, then only you can perform well. Let me show you. Guys, this domain you gonna choose when you have a one website connected to all protocols and connected to all subdomains. Now let me show you with one proper example. ndtv.com is there. Okay, so ndtv.com, what is the protocol of this? ndtv is https, right? Yes, sir. So ndtv is a domain now. So let me click this cricket one. So here, can you see the domain? It's a sports.ndtv.com. Okay, so it is a subdomain. We all know what it is, right? Now, NDTV is connected to all the different subdomains or not, guys? Tell me, does NDTV want Google search engines to crawl each and every concept, each and every subdomain, each and every protocol or not? Tell me. Does NDTV want that? Yes, NDTV want that. Why? Because every subdomain is connected to a main domain called NDTV, and NDTV want Google to crawl and index each and everything. So at that time, we can't make Google to crawl. I mean, we can't connect each and every subdomain individually. So for that reason, we choose this domain property type. If you use this domain property type, you no need to enter HTTPS or HTTP or www. Just enter your domain. So if you just enter your domain, it will crawl all the protocols across this and all the subdomains. You no need to individually do that. Okay. You just have to enter the domain. That's it. If you just enter the domain, it will crawl and index entire the data connected to the ndtv.com. Let's say you are connect, you are handling some subdomains right now. Bhagavati is handling vas.hebro.blog and Vijay is handling some other subdomains. Now you are handling some individual subdomains. At the time, you have to use this URL prefix. If you use this URL prefix, whatever the domain you enter, let's say I enter this ndtv.com, whatever the domain you enter or whatever the URL you enter, it will only crawl that URL. It will not crawl any of this other protocols or any of the subdomains connected to that. No, only the URL which is connected over here, it will crawl only that, not any other thing which is connected to it. Okay, so this URL prefix is recommended when you have only one URL to crawl, and this domain is recommended when you want to crawl entire concepts like entire protocols and entire subdomains connected to. So did you understand, guys, what is meant by domain property and URL prefix and why we have to use? Is it clear?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Right. So which option I have to choose now? Either domain or your URL prefix for your websites.
Domain, ma'am.
URL prefix.
URL prefix I have to use, not a domain. Right. So now I will use this URL prefix. Okay, so now I will take this entire website URL and then come back here and enter this. So it will crawl only vas.hebro, not bhagavati.hebro nor ahalya.hebro. It will just crawl only vas. So let me click this continue. Cool. So now verify ownership. So here it is asking you to verify the ownership. That means it is just finding out whether you're the owner of that website or not. So why? Because if it gives access to each and everyone without this verifying ownership, everyone can connect any website, right? Now I can connect Amazon and Bhagavati can connect Flipkart. So everyone can easily connect if it doesn't have such type of ownerships. Am I correct? So there you go. That's the reason you have to verify whether you are the genuine owner of this website or not. To in order to verify, you have a plenty of methods over here. You can choose any of these methods. It's not mandatory to choose all those verification methods. So if you go with HTML file, you just have to download these and put it in the cPanel of your website. and then HTML tag, you have to copy this entire HTML tag and paste it in the header section of your website. And Google Analytics, you can also use Google Analytics. We are going to discuss about Google Analytics sections later. And Google Tag Manager also we are going to discuss. And this is domain name provider. It is nothing but where you have purchased your domain. Let's say if it is from GoDaddy or Bluehost, there you have to go and connect your website and verify the ownership. So you can choose any of these ownerships. So I am going to show you with HTML tag. Okay, so you can copy this entire HTML tag and paste it in the head section of your website. So in order to paste this tag, okay, you have three options. Overall, three options you have. One is Yoast SEO. You can use this Yoast SEO, or you can also use Rank Math, or you can also use some other third party plugins to paste your header sections. Like HFCM is the best plugin to paste any code in the header section, to paste any code in the footer sections. Or else, if you don't want to use any plugins and you want to manually enter the code in the backend, that is also you can do it. So tell me which method you want me to choose. I am going to use a rank math. So you can use rank math or Yoast or HFCM, anything is fine. So as I have already installed rank math in my website, so I'm going to use this rank math to connect with Search Console. So let's go back into our WordPress dashboard of our site. If you don't have a plugin, just install this rank math. So there you go. I have a rank math plugin, and click on general settings over here. So once you click general settings, you can see option of webmaster tools. There you go. You have a Google Search Console. Enter your Google Search Console HTML code. Get it from here. So if you don't have a Search Console yet, you can just click this and go back to your Search Console. But we have come from there itself, right? And we have already copied that. And I'm just going to paste it here. Okay, so the same wise, you can also connect with the Bing Webmaster Tools, Baidu, and Alexa verifications and all, and save changes. So getting saved now. Cool. Let's go back to our Google Search Console now and then click on this verify. Okay. Checking verification. Cool. Ownership verified. Now we have successfully verified we are the owner of that website. So click on go to property. So guys, tell me which step I'm done with. I have explained you why everyone have to use this Google Search Console. The next, I have also shown you how to set up an account. I mean, how to connect your website with the Search Console. What is our next procedure? Analyzing the performance of a website. Okay, so now we have to start analyzing the performance. So in order to analyze the performance of the website, first of all, we should have a data. So do remember one thing, that the data, or the insights that Google Search Console shows you from when you have connected your site only. So now this vaz.hebro.blog website connected today. From today, it will show you the insights, but not earlier insights. It won't be able to show you. Okay, from when you have started connecting, from then only it will start showing you the insights. As of now, I don't have any insights or any data to show you the analysis. So that's the reason I will take my own website and show you the stuff. So let's get into the website. So this is my site. All right. So here I am going to explain you the Google Search Console features available over here so that you can easily understand what's happening with our site. Okay, this is simply overview tab of our website, guys. So let me explain you one by one. Performance. So performance of your website. So the date range, this overall the performance of your site, it's last 3 months data. If you want, you can also choose most recent data like yesterday's or day before yesterday's. You can also choose last 7 days, last 28 days. Maximum the date range it can show is last 16 months. Last 16 months data it can show you. Okay, so not more than that. Clear? Right? And can you see here overall clicks? That means from last 3 months, how many clicks I have got. This clicks means people have clicked to my website when they search for some keyword and they found my website in a Google search results. So overall 907 clicks I have got from last 3 months. And then next is impressions. Impression means whenever someone searches for any keyword in search results and your website is appearing, that is simply considered as an impression. Impression means when your website appears. Okay. When your website appears in search results. And clicks means when someone click on your website. That means click on your website means search after searching for a keyword. If they find your website in a search result and clicking on that is simply considered as a clicks. And next thing is CTR, average CTR. CTR means click through rate. Click through rate. Click through rate means simply, guys, number of clicks by number of impressions into 100. So this is the formula of a clicks, sorry, CTR. So the definition of this CTR is the percentage of a people clicked your website after seeing your website. Okay, assume that now Ahalya is searching for a SEO training in Hyderabad. Okay, so same like Ahalya, like 100 people have searched for the same keyword and my website got appeared. Assume that my website is appearing for 100 times. Okay, 100 times. That means how many impressions, guys? If my website appear for 100 times means how many impressions? 100 impressions, right? So let's say after appearing for 100 times, I got a 10 clicks. 10 clicks. So now can you tell me the CTR percentage? 10 by 100 into 100 is equals to 10 percentage. So now my CTR is 10%. This is what simply CTR. That means the percentage of clicks you got after appearing your website in a search results. Okay, so this is called CTR and this is called average position, the average position of your website for specific keywords in last 3 months. From last 3 months, on an average, where your website is standing for few keywords. So if you could see here, all these four performance metrics will apply for these items. Now, can you see queries? For which queries my website is appearing in SERP and how many clicks am I getting? How many impressions I'm getting? And what is the CTR percentage and which position in SERP? So now overall 1, 2, 3. So this is the keyword. I'm getting 12 clicks out of 91 impressions and my CTR is 13%. And position, my website is standing on an average second positions last 3 months. So like this, overall, if you still scroll down, can you see? It is just showing me 1 to 10 keywords right away here. If you want, you can see 50 keywords at a time, 25 keywords, 50. So overall, 1,000 keywords. Overall, for 1,000 keywords, my website is appearing in SERP. Can you see this? Okay. And it will also show you which page. Okay. So which page is having more clicks? Which page is having more impressions? What is the CTR? What is the position of that page in SERP? Digicourse.in. These are pages I have in my site appearing in a search results page, SERP, I can say. So again, still I have overall how many pages it is showing up, guys? 291 pages it is showing up in a SERP. So you can also see the countries, from which countries am I getting a more clicks, more impressions. So I'm getting a clicks from India, and impressions also fine, and CTR, positions, United States, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Turkey. So overall, from how many countries you are getting a traffic, what are the clicks, impressions, CTR, and average positions for the countries. And device also, guys, from which device you're getting more of clicks. So from desktop, mobile, and tablet. Okay, so tablet, it's fine. I'm not getting any, no person is using tablet and getting into my site. Desktop and mobile. Okay, so this is simple, the analytics, guys, the performance metrics of your site. Now are you getting to know that, okay, I'm appearing for this keyword, so what happened to other keyword which is not appearing? Okay, my page is working, this page is working well, what happened to the pages which are not working well? So what is the issue with that pages? So are you going to analyze like this or not? Is it important to analyze like this?
Yes.
Or would you like to just write blogs and sit idle and wait for a positions? Would you do that? No, we have to do proper strategist marketing, no blind marketing here. So in order to in order to analyze the insights perfectly, then obviously you have to use this all these concepts. The next feature is URL inspection. So this URL inspection is used when you really want to crawl, or else when you really want make Google to visit your blog and index that blog. So at that time you can use this URL inspection. So let me choose a vas.hebro.blog only. So now Bhagavati had a blog, right? So what I'll do is I'll just take that blog and I'll inspect that blog. So I want make Google to crawl this particular page or else particular page right now. So I would like to copy this entire and then come back and then paste it here and then enter. So retrieving data from Google index. So now it is showing you that URL is not on Google. That means Google haven't find your website yet. So now I need to make sure that whether this URL can be indexed or not. So I'm going to test this live URL. Let us see whether this URL can be indexed or not, so that we'll be getting us some clarity. Okay, this can be indexed, this cannot be indexed.
Index.
URL is available to Google. Okay, so Google can find my URL now. So now I am going to request to Google for indexing my data. So click this request indexing, so that I am requesting Google to, hey, Google, please index my website or please index my blog. So you're just request. This is how we use this URL inspection. So initial stages, I would recommend you guys, whatever the blog you write, you please inspect the URL like this, so that on a secondary base, I'm just making sure that, hey, Google can index my data. Okay, right. So I'm going to shift to the website to show you the data now. Where I was talking about Google URL inspection. That's fine. And there you go. You have this coverage index one. So here in this coverage, you can see if you have any errors. You can see if you have any URLs facing issues. So now I can see I don't have any warnings as of now, but I have one error. So let me see what is that error. Yeah, so server error 5xx. Let me click this. So actually this server error is due to, it might be due to the cookies of your browser. So, the cookies which have saved in that browser. So you can just do one thing. delete all your cookies, or just try to change your browser. So at the time this error would be gone. So once you fix that issue, then you can validate this, and so that you are updating Google that, hey Google, I have fixed this issue, please come and update my website. So here you can see how many URLs are valid. So these are URLs which are valid. That means these are URLs which Google have crawled. And there you go, there are some excluded. That means intentionally Google haven't indexed our website. Okay, sorry, not indexed our pages, few of our pages. So you can just go through the pages, like what all the few pages Google haven't crawled. If you don't feel okay, there is no content and still Google didn't crawl, then that's okay, that's fine. So many of my pages are like that. So I have few pages which are not using pages, so I don't mind if the Google doesn't index that data. So like this, you can see if you have any issues with your website. Okay, so this is why we use Search Console. Once again, I'm telling. And there you go, sitemap. Sitemap, again, I'm going to discuss about this sitemap in a technical SEO, but just as per a definition, like I would like to say, sitemap is simply providing a map of your website to a Google, so that Google will be getting a proper structure of your website, so that Google can crawl each and everything pin to pin in your website. So without missing anything, Google will crawl each and everything from scratch in your website. So you can upload the sitemap URL over here. So that we're going to discuss in later sections. And the next thing is removals. Let's say now this page, this blog, Bhagavati have removed this blog, entire blog he have removed. So actually this blog has been indexed by Google. That means it is there in the index box of Google. Now Bhagavati have removed this URL, I mean removed this content. So at that time, do you want to update Google or not? Hey Google, I have removed this URL from my website. You also please remove that URL that you have indexed. Yes or no? Do you want to make sure Google know that?
Yes.
Yes. So at that time, in order to tell Google that if you have removed any URLs, you can just enter your URL and then send request, so that Google will get to know that, okay, these guys requesting me to remove this URL from the indexing. So I have to do that, so that they will be getting an idea. I mean, Google will be getting an idea. The next thing is page experience. Okay, so if your page, if your website's pages are experiencing any issues on mobile phone, any issues on desktop, you can directly see over here. Okay, so as of now, I don't have any issues with the core web vitals. So what are these core web vitals? Core Web Vitals are recent updates that we have got from a Google, guys. So there are three types of Core Web Vitals: LCP, FID, and CLS. LCP means largest contentful paint. So I will show you with one website so that you will be getting a clear idea. Core Web Vitals. Three types: LCP, FID, and CLS. So LCP issues, if your website have an LCP issues, it means that your website is having a loading speed issues. That means whatever the largest, big content you have in your site, it is taking a more time to load in your site. That is simply considered as LCP. So your LCP just determines the loading performance of your site. If your loading performance is more than 4 seconds, then it is very poor. Okay, if it is more than 4 seconds, it is very poor. And it is less than 2.5 seconds. That means if your website loads in just less than 2.5 seconds, then it's perfect. You're really doing great. And if it is in between 2.5 to 4.4 seconds, then it's perfect. It's fine. You can still try improving your loading speed. That is okay. But make sure that your LCP, you have some LCP issues. If you have any LCP issues, directly here itself, it will show you that, hey man, you have the LCP issues in your site. So that if you have LCP issues, you have to understand that, okay, I have some loading issues with my site. Right. And the next thing is FID. FID means interactivity of your site. To provide a good user experience, pages should have FID of 100 milliseconds or less. So have you ever noticed in the websites once, when you are trying to interact in the site, like, clicking on any button or clicking on any link in your site, or else if people are trying to interact within your site, you are not showing them information as soon as possible. So you are taking a longer duration to show them the stuff. Have you ever noticed waiting in some websites after interacting with the websites, waiting in the websites for a long time and fed up being on the website and you came back? Have you ever noticed? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So make sure that you don't have any interactive issues with your site. So if you have any interactive issues here, it will directly show you that, hey man, you have some FID issues. Please try resolving those. So as of now, I don't have. And one more thing is CLS issue. CLS issue is cumulative layout shift. This measures the visual stability, how stable your website is. Now, this is, I think, everyone might have noticed this CLS issues in their real time, I guess. Let's say once after you've been to some websites, you just scrolling, okay, you just scrolled a bit. After you stop scrolling also, it keeps on scrolling and it keeps on showing some unrelevant pop-ups. Have you ever noticed in the websites, mainly on mobile phones? So once you scroll and stop scrolling, it keep on scrolling, it no stability, it is not stabilizing the data, so it is continuously showing some other stuff. Noticed?
Yes.
Yes or no? Yes. So that is called CLS issue. That means if you lose a stability in your website, then it will show you the CLS issue. So if you have any of these issues, what happened, indirectly Google will consider your website as a bad website. That means your website is not considering the user's experience. So now coming to a loading speed, guys, obviously if your loading speed is very high, no person will be able to see your website. So they'll fed up and they don't even want to. In my case, if I see any website taking long time to load the site, I just don't want to open the site. So everyone does the same thing. So obviously it's a user's bad experience. And the next thing is FID issues. After interacting, if it is taking longer time to show up the stuff, then obviously, so I don't feel good as a user. The next CLS also, cumulative layout shift. It is also showing, instability in the website. So overall, I don't have any issues with the core web vitals in my side, but I have some issues with the mobile usability. Like I have some URLs which are not mobile friendly, so I have to work on this. So here, clickable elements are too close together. Like my internal links or external links might be too close, so I have to work on those. And text is too small to read here, so I have to try improving the size of a text over here. Okay, so this is what simply core web vitals and mobile usability. And then next is logos. If you have any logos, it will show you the logos. Yes, of course, I don't have any errors with my website logo. And here comes a review snippets. So there you go. Review snippets is nothing but if you have your website, if whatever the blog you write, your blog has to show up in SERP with the content on top. So if it is showing you, if you have any errors with that, it will show you, otherwise no. And then this site link search boxes, when someone searches for Digicourse, I will show them some site links. So I will show you, see now. So I will just search for Digicourse, not digicourse.in, only Digicourse. So if I search for Digicourse, can you see here exam and SEO training in Hyderabad? So here it is showing me two site links. These are called site links extensions. So here, whether you have a site links or not, if you have a site links, whether you have any errors or not. So as of now, I don't have any errors. The next thing is videos. So if you have any videos in your site, are they working well or do you have any issues? Yes, of course, I have one error with my video, and there you go. It is showing me that I missed the thumbnail for that video. So I have to, work on that video once, saying like I have to change the thumbnail for this video. So like that, whatever you have in your website, it will show whether it's working properly or whether you have any issues. And there you go, finally, links. So how many external links you have in your site, how many internal links you have in your site, and external links. So for which websites, from which websites you got a link. So this comes under backlinks process. Anyhow, this backlinks we are going to discuss off-page optimization. So top linking text, like for which text you got a backlink also, here we'll get to know. Okay. And the next thing is the settings, guys. This settings is nothing but if you want to give permissions to someone, let's say Digicourse is owned by me. Now, if I want to give permission for Bhagavati to view my Google Search Console data, so I can give him. Add a user and then enter the email address and permissions restricted. I can add it so that even he can view my data. Okay, this is like requesting others to see the data. Or else, if you want, you can also change the associations, like if you have already connected to the Google Analytics and YouTube. So I have already connected, that's the reason it is showing me this. If you have, like, as you are a beginners, right, you might not have connected any Google Analytics or any YouTube channels, right? For you it will not show anything. But here I have connected my YouTube channel with my website and Google Analytics also. And then here you go, you are a verified owner. So which is the verification method you have used? So I have used the verification method is domain name provider. So which verification method you have used also, it will show you. Okay, so clear. So this is what overall Google Search Console topic, guys. Like here you will get to know what happening. This is very, very important. Of course, there is nothing to do much over here, nothing to work hard. You are just analyzing the performance, that's fine. But this is very, very, it's like smart work. Writing a blogs and optimizing, those are hard work. But you have to also perform the smart work in order to get a better rankings. Clear? So now I will show you how to see the rankings. I mean, how to see the positions in the website. So now tell me, Bhagavati, your focusing keyword is how to?
Strategy for swing trading.
Strategies for
swing trading.
Strategies for swing trading. So tell me, what is the search value for this keyword?
1,600.
1,600. Is this your website? Is this your website?
No.
This. How many websites it is showing you? 10 results. In one page, it will show you the 10 results. So how many pages we have here? 10 pages. Do you want to check next pages as well, guys? Yes or no? You have to check next pages also to find out your website position. This is no. So tell me frankly, do you really think is this going to happen? Like, are you going to waste your time just by checking up positions like this manually? No, ma'am. No, right? It's like time wasting, right? So going on checking each and every result, whether it's mine. No, I cannot do it. So I can't even think of it. So instead of doing that, let us do some, smart work. Okay. So I will be making the results 100 results per page. Okay. So as of now, it's a 10 results, right? So I will use 100 results. Okay. Here you can see now 100 results and then save it. So that instead of showing me the 10 results per page, it will show me the 100 results per page. Okay, so tell me, what is your website? It's a vas dot hey bro. So nowhere in the first page. So your website is nowhere in the first page. Okay, let's see in the second page once. Is it there in the second page? It's not in the second page also. Now, what is the reason? So now, Bhagavati, you wrote a proper content and you have very good content. You haven't duplicated the content even and everything on your own. So why your website is not showing up in a search results? Why? Why? Because
It's a subdomain.
what is the, now NDTV also have a subdomains. It's not about the domain or subdomains user. There are two reasons. One first reason is just now you made Google to crawl your site. Do you think Google have indexed your data? It's been like 10 minutes, I guess. So do you think within just 10 minutes Google will index your data? I don't think so. Okay. So it will take some time for a Google search engines to index your data. Just give some time for a Google. So make sure, like, just give some time, like 1 day or 2 days, and check the positions again. If you're still not having a positions after 3 days, then you have to try improving the authority of a website, like getting a backlinks, trying to have more and more content, like without duplicate content. So getting a backlinks, we're going to discuss in future sections anyhow, but I want you to try with the on page. So do you want to see how the websites looks like when we search for a ranking? So let me show you. SEO training. This is my keyword. Control F, Digicourse. So can you see Digicourse? Digicourse is showing up in a CRP results? Yes or no? Yes. It's highlighting. So you can easily find out it's highlighting, then your website is appearing. Then do you want to count like what is the rank? What is the position of your website? You have to count like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. I don't even want to do that. In fact, I don't want to waste my time counting like this. So at that point of time, what you can do is you can install one Chrome extension. That is SEO Quick. This Chrome extension will help you to, it gives you the numbers for a results. So I have already installed the Chrome extension. Can you see? This is my Chrome extension, SEO Quick. I just disabled it. Now I am going to enable it. So let me refresh it and search for Digi. There you go. What is the position of Digicourse now? It's in a 15th position. Now you can easily say that in which position it is standing, right? So like that, you can simply find out the position in just 1 minute. Okay, search for your query, enable this Chrome extension SEO Quick, and then change your search settings to 100 results per page. Then Control F and start seeing your positions. Simple, right? Am I correct? So did we waste our time checking our positions? No. So this is how we use Google Search Console for finding out the SEO performance of your site. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope it brought you value. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button and bell icon so that you don't miss out other tutorials. Take care. Bye-bye.